It's Britannia Station here. First of all, look at how long my hair is. This is like months of hard work. I'm not completely over the trichotillomania. I still pull out my eyelashes. I don't have any eyebrows to pull out, so they're safe, I guess. I want to get my eyebrows tattooed so I don't have to draw them on all the time, but me not have the money. So, I still pull from my scalp every now and then. I have this spot back here that I was pulling at last night, but I don't think it's noticeable. But otherwise, I'm pretty glad to have my hair back. It does need a trim. Again, no money. It's been a long time since I've had long hair, so I'm gonna try and just grow it out and probably keep it purple. You can see my roots growing in a little bit though. And you can see that it's fading. This is where my previous roots were, and then this is the bleached part. So it fades kind of from purple to pink right now. I might bleach it all next time before I color it again. But because of my weight, I have been having issues where I'm hot all the time. It can be 70 degrees in here, and to me, it feels like it's like 90 degrees. And I sweat when I'm not supposed to be sweating a lot, and it makes my hair greasy really quickly because my scalp sweats. So that means I have to wash my hair more, which means the color fades faster. So I might not be coloring my hair until after I can get the sweating issue resolved. I'm going to see my endocrinologist next week. We're going to speak to him about my weight and the fact that we've tried everything, and we've tried pretty much everything to suppress my appetite, which is ridiculous. It was just like, why do I need like 4 portions of this? I'm still hungry. I'm hungry all the time. And when I get hungry, I get these stabby pains in my stomach. My stomach's a total drama queen. It's all like, oh, what? You just ate an hour ago? I'm starving. I'm so starving. You're gonna wither away. Yeah, just like that, in fact. And my cat agrees. She's literally yelling at me. So I'm trying to get it under control. I'm going to do a video about my eating habits and why I gained so much weight. This video is different, but I did just want to update you. I'm going to try, keyword try, will come up here. I'm going to try and do one of these vlogs every Tuesday. Try. I'm not making any promises. Come up here. So, yes, I know I'm big. Please don't mention it. I spent 9 months dieting with no sugar and no carbs. I had to give up carbs because of my fatty liver and my high cholesterol, and for blood sugar reasons, but I've got my blood sugar more under control. My cholesterol levels are lower. I think my liver is okay, but again, I need to get a blood test to see. But those 9 months of having basically nothing but vegetables, I couldn't taste anything. Everything was so bland, and it was driving me nuts, and it was making me sad, and it made me hate food. And I love food. You know, I love good tasting food. I love the textures, you know. Honestly, I'd probably go to cooking school if I was good enough to go back to school. But I relapsed bad and started eating junk food again, and I eat large amounts of it because of the binge eating. And then I also emotional eat, so when I'm upset about me gaining weight, guess what I do? I eat. And then I gain more weight, and then I get upset, and I eat. So it's a cycle, and it is an eating disorder, and it is not fun. And I honestly wish I could go to rehab for food/sugar addiction. I don't know if that's actually a thing, but we're gonna try and get it under control. We're probably gonna go to two extremes. But the reason why I talk about my weight is because we're gonna talk about mukbangs. And I know the topic is starting 6 minutes in. I just, wanted to give a little update. If you come sit by me, I will pet you. And you don't have to whine anymore. I love you. There's this plastic bag on the floor, and she does this thing where she makes her feet go like this on the plastic bag, and she sits on the bag. It's very weird. It's very cute. Anyway, so mukbangs. The first time I ever heard of mukbangs, it was a video talking about Nikocado Avocado, somebody who was very skinny and then started doing mukbangs and just blew up. And according to him, he was like at 400 pounds. That's big. That's really big. I'm surprised you can walk big, because I have trouble walking at 200 pounds. Can you imagine? I wouldn't be able to get out of my bed. It's hard enough to get out of bed. So, I disapprove of mukbangs because of the health issues. When it comes to being fat or plus size, it's not how you look. That's not the problem. The problem is whether or not you're healthy. Whether or not, is your next cheeseburger going to be the time you die? So, I don't support being, obese and overweight. But some people have that body type, and they just are, or it's genetics. Some people can be plus size and be healthy. Mukbangers are not those people. There are some people who fake mukbanging. If you see a skinny mukbanger who's doing it for a while, they're spitting out their food. But the ones who are just really big, they're genuinely eating these massive amounts of food. And the daily recommendation for the average person for calories is 2,000 calories a day. These people are eating like 10,000, 15,000. I think there was one where Nikocado Avocado ate like 8 pizzas. If I looked up how much an average pizza was in calories, I'd be able to tell you that, the number. But it's large, it's huge. And it's not just the calories, though, because, there are good things you can eat. You can eat a pizza, which is bad calories, or you could eat, some, like zucchini loaf or something. And that's much better for you. It comes with a nutrition, whereas the pizza comes with grease and fat. And God, I love pizza. I love pizza so much. I love pasta. And it kills me. It really does. But it's bad for you. And I know it's bad for me. I'm not in denial about anything about my situation here. I know I have a problem. It's just a matter of trying to get some self-control. And I don't know if mukbangers have the problem with binge eating or emotional eating, or if they're just doing it for the money. Honestly, if I didn't care about my health, I could probably do it too. I'd love to be able to make, enough money to actually, feed myself by using food. And I can't find a way to make money off of eating without hurting myself. And as much as I have problems with unaliving ideology, I deep down, because that's all the chemicals and stuff messing, and just stuff and everything, but deep down in my core I want to live. And that's why it sucks to have those thoughts, because you want to not exist anymore at the same time that you want to live. And I'm a person who really wants to try, but I give up after an extended amount of time, where if something doesn't work, I give up. I don't want to give up. I want to try, and with my weight, I've kind of accepted that I'm probably not going to be as skinny as I was when I was a teenager, because my metabolism has changed. I wouldn't have a problem with being at least this wide if it weren't for, let's see, this belly. I look like I'm pregnant. I'm waiting for somebody to come up to me and ask me when I'm due. By the way, don't ever do that, because you never know when the woman that you think is pregnant is actually just fat, like me. So it's not fat shaming when your concern is the person's health. And it's to a point where it's like, yeah, you're making money, but is it worth it to have aching legs, to be unable to roll over at night in your sleep, or get up properly, or my pudge makes it so hard for me to tie my shoes. Yeah, it gets in the way. And there's a lot of things I can't do anymore because of the weight that I've gained. And I used to be so pretty. I thought I was fat, so I kind of starved myself, and so I was malnourished, and I was really skinny, but I thought I was fat, and I wasn't. And then I also thought that I could eat anything I wanted, because when I did eat, I ate things that probably weren't good for me, but I didn't gain the weight because I was, walking at school and not eating during the entire day. I didn't have breakfast, I didn't have lunch. I ate a snack when I came home, and I ate dinner. I was very skinny. And it wasn't good for me, but I looked way better. And I know it is society's conditioning about looks that make me feel self-conscious about how I look because I'm big. And that happens to all big women, big people in general. It's put on women a little harder than it is anybody else. So and then when you're unproportional like me, and you have itty bitty tiny boobs and a big old body, it's just like, that's not fair. Why didn't I gain anything in here? can I suck this out and inject it in here? That's actually a thing, and I can't afford it. So, oh, whiner. If you, and I don't know how Avocado did it, but he lost all that weight and he is super skinny now. I wish that I could get a hold of him and ask him for advice. Unless he just used his money to get lipo. So, I don't have that kind of money. But it's really hard to lose weight when you're this big. It's hard to start. If somebody could come up to me and just magically take off 30 pounds, I would be great. And I would have no problem losing the rest of it. If you're mukbanging, you need to see your doctor regularly. You need to get blood tests regularly. You need to monitor your blood sugar. You need to monitor your cholesterol. You need to monitor your liver, because you can get fatty liver without drinking alcohol. I've had literally 2 sips of alcohol in my entire life, and the last one was about 16 years ago. So I have non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. It sucks. And then I had no idea that I would ever get high cholesterol. Because when you think of high cholesterol, you think of somebody who's, eating cheeseburgers all the time. But here I am, a vegetarian who isn't healthy. And if you can maintain good health while you're doing the mukbangs, then it's okay. But you need to put a disclaimer in your videos and say that this is not safe for everybody. It's medically monitored. Don't try this at home. It doesn't matter what you look like, as long as you're happy with what you look like. I'm not happy with what I look like. That's my issue. But if you're okay being bigger, and if you're healthy, then great. Fine. That's fantastic. I'm really glad that you could break through society's conditioning and realize that you can still be pretty and happy by not being a skinny stick. So that's what I want to do, is I want to get to a weight where I can say I'm okay with this. And I'm not okay with this. Pet mukbangs. That's a different story. Do not do that. There are people who are making money and getting views off of overfeeding their animals. And if you didn't know about this, yes, I'm serious. They are making their dogs and cats overweight because it's cute. And they're just forcing them to eat and eat and eat, and it's animal abuse. And anybody who does that is absolutely disgusting. And it really needs to stop. Of course, I don't have the power to stop it. I can't say, hey, stop it, and then it stops. That would be really cool, because I could stop a lot of stuff. So, but I don't have that power. I don't have that enough followers to, make a difference. I'm not big enough. But luckily, bigger YouTubers have brought this to the attention of other people. And I'm hoping that maybe YouTube will make those videos make it against the terms of service, because it's animal abuse. You could do anything you want to your body, as long as it's not like total self-harm. It technically is self-harm, but it's not, like cutting yourself. But, don't do stuff to innocent creatures just for money and clicks and views and schniz. So, you're pretty chubby. Yeah, but that's because you don't get any exercise. Even though recent studies, and I'm hoping that this is wrong. I'm hoping this is misinformation, but recent studies have shown that exercise does not play a key role in losing weight. And that would make sense in my situation where yes, that's a beautiful cat, here's her tail, where I plateaued at 185 and just wasn't losing anything else, even though I was still dieting. But I wasn't exercising very much because my legs just really hurt if I don't use them enough, and that's why I've been trying to get out by myself to strengthen my legs to carry my very heavy body. But, just imagine being this small little thing and having so much weight on you. And a lot of animals, like cats and dogs, a lot of them, there's a lot of inbreeding in animals, in domestic animals, and a lot of species of animal or breeds of cats and dogs have genetic health issues. Like pugs have a smushed face and they have respiratory issues. And what was it? Corgis, I think, have I think, don't quote me on this, I think they have problems with the bones in their legs, like getting arthritis or something. And I know that wiener dogs have spinal issues. So, if you're an animal that already has, say, spinal issues, and then you gain way more weight than your body is able to handle, you're going to have even more spinal issues, and your life is going to be really, really short. Do you really want to shorten your best friend's life? To me, my animals are like my children. So if I did that to baby girl or to one of my rats, I would be killing my child. Think about that. When you're doing that, you are killing your child. There was no reason why you had to leave. And baby girl's a little chubby, but she is not overweight, according to the vet. So, she's had checkups and stuff. She's very healthy. She's just mellow. We buy her toys, and she does not play with them. We've tried everything. We've tried multiple types of scratchers, and she still prefers the furniture. She's a very weird cat. But I know that this topic has gone off to subtopics and off topics, and I apologize about that. I'm very good about going on a tangent. I love you. I love you. So, I know for certain that I can eat a box of macaroni and cheese by myself. An entire box. I could probably eat an entire regular-sized pizza by myself. And sometimes I eat until I'm too full. And then I feel really sick and gross. And I feel if you're a mukbanger, or if you're thinking about doing mukbangs, please just look at me. This isn't even from mukbanging. This is just from binge eating and emotional eating and addiction. I used to be so skinny. I am very unhealthy. I am very heavy. I am very limited in what I can do on a daily basis. It interferes with my daily life, and it is affecting my mental health. If you're thinking about doing this, I would just say no, don't do it. But if you really got to, you have to be careful, and you have to go see your doctor a lot. You don't want to be heavy. Trust me. It's not okay. It's not fun. Plus size can be attractive. Most of my relationships, including my current husband, have been bigger men, and a girl who was also bigger. Not as big as me, though. So I've only had 2 relationships that have been skinny guys. So I seem to have a type, and I think it's fluffy. But the difference is my husband can maintain his weight, and he's been pretty much the same weight since he was a teenager. He, works 2 jobs. He really doesn't eat bad. I mean, he used to eat a lot of ramen, and I told him, I said, you need to stop eating ramen until you get a blood test and check your sodium levels. Because Top Ramen has a lot of sodium in it, and we don't know anything about what's going on in his body. It took me forever to get me to convince him to go to a freaking doctor. I had to. First I tried. I mean, this wasn't the first. First I tried just saying, hey, you should go to the doctor, and this is why. And then, after many years, I was like, okay, this is going to be my Christmas present. You go to the doctor. He didn't do it. So finally, I had to go nuclear, and I had to, restrict things. And I don't remember, I think it was that he's not allowed to say that he loves me. He's not allowed to kiss me. And I started just, taking away things. And he finally went to the frickin' doctor. So far, everything looks fine, but he needs to do his blood work so that he can check blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, liver, sodium, all that stuff. So, if he's healthy, his weight really isn't a problem. It makes him snore, but I have earplugs. And we actually sleep with our heads at the opposite ends of the beds because I can still hear it through the earplugs. And I would like him to lose enough weight to not snore anymore. But if it's not feasible, it's not feasible, And I don't have a problem with what he looks like. So it's just he seems to be able to maintain a bigger weight and not have health problems because of it, not have problems walking, not have problems just moving around. He's in his spot. He's good. I'm not. And if you can't do the same thing my husband is and be a little fluffy while keeping your health in check, then you gotta make some changes. And it's hard. I know it's hard. Trust me. I am severely addicted to sugar. It is ridiculous. And I just hate seeing people destroy themselves, even while I'm destroying myself. And when I see mukbangers who are big because of mukbanging, I feel sad because they've ruined themselves. And don't think that once you get skinny, everything is back to normal. You have done permanent damage to your body after you've gained a large amount of weight. my life is most likely much shorter than it was before. And I will still have some health problems after I lose the weight, if I can lose the weight. It's just, I'm sorry for the silence, it's just really, really hard. Especially since healthy food is so expensive and junk food is much cheaper. I mean, I guess if you're mukbanging salad, but still too much of a good thing can be a bad thing, like water. If you drink too much water, you get water intoxication and you die. So, yes, that is a real thing. I don't know. Overall, I don't support mukbanging. And there are exceptions. Very few exceptions, but I don't support mukbanging. I think it's wrong to do that to yourself, especially since I know what it's like to gain a large amount of weight in a short period of time. So, you know, if you watch mukbangs, I just suggest you think about the things that they're doing to their body, and maybe just stop watching them, stop giving them the views. I know I can't make much of a difference, but if people stop getting views on these videos, hopefully they'll move away from making them. One can dream. So I know that this has been long, and there have been points where I've talked about my own health struggles and weight than the mukbanging, but it is correlated. They relate to each other. I don't support the mukbanging because of my issues, and I don't even mukbang. So I thought of maybe doing just one. But then I'm like, yeah, but that just kind of makes me a hypocrite because of, you know, knowing that it's unhealthy, not supporting it, and then doing it anyway. That's just, I think it's because I'm kind of really desperate for money right now. Because I have very little money to spend on just food, and then guess what I spend it on? Junk food. And then, you know, it's like junk food is cheap at first, but if you're buying it, you know, it adds up, and all of a sudden you spend $50 on chocolate and cake, and you're like, where did my money go? That could have been used for, you know, whole wheat pasta or lentil pasta. I could have gotten 5 meals out of a box of pasta. I can eat carbs a little better now. I just can't eat white flour too much, which sucks because I love bagels, and wheat bagels are just not the same as regular bagels. So I'm eating wheat bread. I'm eating whole wheat pasta and protein pasta, lentil pasta, chickpea pasta. I have gone back to white rice, but I don't eat it constantly, so I'm letting some carbs back into my diet because I need the energy, and since I'm a vegetarian, that's basically, you know, the biggest food group that I'm able to eat, you know, because I don't eat meat. So I'm actually going to make a video at some point about giving up meat and whether or not you should become a vegetarian or a vegan. So I will talk about that at some point. But I know that this was long, and I'm kind of a long content creator anyway. I make long videos, especially when I'm talking, because I have a lot to say, I have a lot to get out. But if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like. It helps when you interact with videos, when you add them to your favorites list, or you comment, or you like it. it helps me in the algorithm. And because of the damage that my tormentors did to me and my channel, and my financial situation, I really need the likes and the algorithm to recognize me. I know I'm not making quality content right now. I am very sorry. You can blame my tormentors for that too. Trust me, there's a lot of things that I want to be doing for my channel right now, and I just can't. And it makes me upset. And all I think about is my weight and my financial situation. I'm constantly thinking about ways to make money, and then I'm watching these videos on these influencers who have scammed their audience, and I'm like, I wish I had the moral depravity to scam my audience and make, thousands of dollars. Sarcastic, of course. I don't actually wish that I could scam you and not feel bad about it. It just sucks that bad people are the ones who make a lot of money doing bad things, and good people who want to make money honestly make squiddly squat. I'm never gonna scam you guys. I'm never gonna, make a energy drink or a sauce that's bad. I'm not gonna do that. I would never give something edible to you guys. There's a lot of problems with edible merchandise. But sometimes that other voice in me says, I wish that I could just do something immoral and make thousands of dollars and be okay, because that's how bad it is. But I am not that type of person. I have never been that type of person. I'm the type of person who tries not to borrow money as much as possible, unless I know I can pay it back. I've barely borrowed money from friends. The only loans I've ever had were my student loans, and they went way longer than they said it would. They said it would take 10 years, and it took like 17, and finally the government forgave loans, and I was like, crying. I am so happy. But I don't use credit cards. If the money isn't there, then it's not there. It doesn't exist. There is no getting it back later. So I'm very careful with money. It just sucks because food is so expensive. Inflation sucks and food is expensive, and I'm not making enough money to break even. And it's just... And I was, until those people decided to try and cancel me for some reason. I'm not one of these influencers that, have done horrible things and got canceled by, by people. It just doesn't make any sense to me. But that's, I could go on for hours about that. I could. Maybe I should at some point. I don't know. This is almost 40 minutes. I was gonna end it 10 minutes ago. Okay, stopping. If you like this video, leave a like. Subscribe. I don't even know if I should say spread the word of awesome anymore. I'll figure out a different ending, I guess. Subscribe, become a Raytonite, and hopefully I'll see you next Tuesday. Unless I post a video of my animals in between now and next Tuesday. So, yeah, guys, look at me. Put down those chips, put down that candy, Be healthy. Eat some carrots. Okay? I'm serious. I'm not joking. It's not, I'm laughing, but it's not funny. Just please, especially if you're young, do not ruin yourself. Be healthy. Okay? And for those of you who are struggling with weight right now, just like I am, let's do this together. If I can do it, me, a total failure in life, somebody who just sucks, like I have talents, but I am so tired that I can't do them. If I can do it, you can do it. So let's just do this together. Or something. I don't know. Life is really hard right now. Alright. See you later, alligators and crocodiles. Goodbye!